Hello viewers, it's yours Ambassador Nana Fatima Owal Shaibu. If you are new to this channel, you are watching Visual Hues, where we unveil hidden talent through the lens and pen. In today's video, we are introducing you an emeritus, a director, a veteran actor, a chieftain, a business tycoon. Upon all, Alhaji, but the person you see on the screen, guess who? His Excellency, Bawa Mai Kada.
Hello everybody.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sir, can you tell our viewers your name?
My name is Alhaji Sani Mu'azu, the Makama of Jos North. I am, like you said, a filmmaker, producer, director, actor, and I'm a community leader. I am a peace practitioner. I do some other things as well.
So as I've mentioned in the interview, you are a business tycoon, a director, a veteran actor. How do you manage to match everything together and have time for everything and even time for your family?
It is called multitasking. And for you to be able to attend to virtually everything, you must have a clear schedule, a clear time frame for everything. You must be able to ensure that you attend to all your work contracts. And if one is talking about work contracts, it means commitments. Each commitment matters. Each time you give your word that you are going to attend to something, it is very important you attend to that thing, within the specified time or time frame that you said you would. It's not easy, but to multitask is natural in Nigeria because you can't afford to be, a master of only one trade in this country because the challenges are many. So you must be a jack of all trades.
So, sir, as I've said, you are a business tycoon, a director, an actor. How do you manage to do all these things at once? You are a chieftain. How do you manage to have all these things? One person to have all this.
Well, let's say all the issues you mentioned didn't happen in one day. It is a question of evolution. As you grow, new responsibilities are added. More responsibilities come for each success. You have a new assignment. This is how it happens. So I didn't wake up and in one morning I have all these things happening. As a filmmaker, for instance, I never thought I would want to be an actor. I'm a trained director, and I thought I will be directing behind the camera all the time. But I'm also talented in terms of my ability to interpret roles and to act. So each time, I play a role, somebody sees me and somebody wants me to play another role and another. So whether I like it or not, gradually I was submerging into an actor as well. As a filmmaker, a producer, you must understand the business of filmmaking to be able to survive, because you are not just doing somebody's business all the time. Sometimes you are the one employing people and you are the one paying them, meaning you are also a businessman. And because of what I'm doing and the fact that the community is recognizing what I'm doing, the community gives me an assignment. So from participating in one thing to another, I got to the point where His Royal Majesty, the Uja of Anaguta, gave me the title of Makama of Jos, which makes me a community servant, for that. So I don't know how to explain to you, but like I said, I do all these things, within the scope of my abilities and within specified, time frames.
Okay, sir, whenever you're on the screen, my dad normally addresses you with the name Mr. Douglas Amakri,
Yes.
But I've never asked him the reason beyond calling you with that name. So me and our viewers want to know the reason why he addressed you as Mr. Douglas Amakri.
True. I played the role of Douglas Amakri in a series that ran on NTA so many years back called Shadows. And in the series, I was playing the role of somebody who is not a Hausa man and who is a business don, a business magnate. And I remember in those good old days that I was always having suits and cigar in my hand as Douglas Amakri. It's so many years ago, but yeah, I played the role and I answered that name. And because the series lasted more than a year, so for more than 1 year, wherever I go, people address me as Douglas Amakri. Yes.
So what can you tell our viewers about Lenscope Media?
Lenscope is my baby company. Baby, when it started, now it is a mother or a grandmother as it is. We started Lenscope in 1995. Today, Lenscope is over 35 years old. And in 35 years, we've been able to, primarily, we started as the pace setters for independent filmmaking in this part of the country. When we started in 95, there were no independent film production companies. So we were like setting the pace, starting something new. But with time, we have hundreds of independent film production companies now. Lenscope remains one of the, biggest producers of content in Nigeria. We have produced films in terms of feature films, documentary films, television series, and other specialized, kind of programs, as Lenscope Media. We have been involved in training. We have trained so many people over the years. So from Lenscope Media, we developed into Lenscope Academy. We have also been able to represent this country in various film festivals around the world. We have done so much, and we're still doing it. As it is right now, Lenscope Media is gradually being taken over by younger people. My children and people I have trained over the years. It's like passing the baton to the next generation, and I'm passing the baton to them. Yes.
We know you are a big actor, so you have many films you've produced. Can you tell us few of them?
I have been involved in hundreds of films. It is not very easy for me to say, to talk about numbers. But let me just say that of late, of recent, I have had, some of my best performances recognized in both Nollywood and in Kannywood. In Nollywood, you can talk about Sugar Niger or King of Boys or and so many others. The recent being, Katangari Goes to Town, which is one of the productions we did. There is also Wings. These are movies or series that appeared on Africa Magic, English. But of course, in Hausa, productions I have done, such as Kwana Casa'in, remains some of the productions that have become, the benchmark for, the way I'm seen in my community. But beyond that, I have done several. We just finished, the recording of a new one in Kano. That is, the title is Baraka, and it is yet to come, but it will soon be packaged and it will soon be everywhere. We've done so many other productions also. In Hausa, I've done over 100 also. So if you want me to start naming them, we may be there for the next 2 days and I won't finish.
If you are just watching, you are with Visualist. Always encourage us by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified whenever we drop a new video. So, sir, among the movies you've acted, which one makes you a star?
Well, let me start by saying that I've been a star all my life. And I cannot say when stardom started with me, but it kept changing. I started this media business. I didn't start as an actor. I started as a newscaster, reporter, presenter of news and other things. Yeah, as far back as 1982. By 1982-83, I was already a star. Everybody knows me on screen for doing that. And by the time I became an actor, each role makes me a new star. So people would know me as Douglas Amakri, which happened in, I think, some 30 years ago. But, then I would in creativity. Creativity is unlike science. 2 + 2 in science will always give you 4. It can't give you anything else but 4. But in creativity, somebody can look at your best possible performance and say, this is bullshit. This is below standard. And then what you do and expect that people will say, oh, this is rubbish, people are likely to celebrate it. Perception and the way people see things in creativity is always different. Reason why, you always find, people have their own selective perception about what they see. And that is creativity. But there are challenges in being a man, in running a family, in being a businessman and running a business. There are challenges in driving your car because somewhere along the line it can develop faults and you will need mechanics. So life is like that. Challenges are a part of life. And every blessed day, you are likely to come across one challenge or the other. But the most important thing is not facing challenges, it's your ability to survive those challenges. Don't be scared of falling down. Each time you fall, the ground will not allow you fall. So you can rise and walk again. So that's how life is.
Sir, you've just finished talking about the obstacles. So what are the achievements you've gained?
There are lots of satisfactory performances that I have gotten over the years. And life is all about setting a standard that you want to attain and seeing that you are able to attain that standard or those standards. In my life, I have tried to, for instance, write stories that I was hoping would affect the society positively. And I've seen them, coming to fruition and affecting the public in a very positive manner. And it is quite satisfying. Sometimes it is about wanting to train people and see them become something else. Training takes time. It takes, processes and so on and so forth. Now, gradually, if one day you see those people winning awards because they are the best in what you train them to be, it gives satisfaction. But it is even better if the people you train other people And those people come to say thank you, not because you know them, not because you train them, but thank you because you trained my master. So it's like having a son and a grandson. And it gives you full satisfaction for being what you are. And all that had happened to me in life. It is also good to want to do something to affect the society. We are privileged few because God had made it possible for us to be able to stand, among men. But you live among people that are very poor, that cannot be able to, get the basic needs of life. So sometimes when you share with those people, you get full satisfaction, for doing that. So, yes, sometimes you do things and you get satisfaction from doing it.
So as a veteran actor, what call do you have for upcoming actors?
I want to encourage young people, especially Gen Z like you, who may see what we do and appreciate what we do and would want to key into, the creative space. I want to assure them that there is a huge opportunity open, to all people in this creative sector. Young people should not be discouraged, because when you are starting, it is a bit difficult, challenging, sometimes, frustrating. But that was how we started too. We went through those difficult processes, to be able to establish ourselves as icons today. Before we are able to attain this, we went through periods of lack, periods of, not, meeting our basic needs. So it is possible that sometimes you cannot even feed yourself, or you can't feed your family because of the difficulty, in the environment. But you must remain consistent in what you're doing. Don't give up. Don't think that because things are difficult, that they won't be good, with time. They will. So keep doing what you're doing. Be relentless in your pursuits and ensure that you are very honest in doing what you're doing. That's one thing young people today, are in most cases found lacking. Young people just come to the industry and the first thing they want to do is, where's the money? And because they are just looking for money to grow, they get frustrated, because it is not like that. But if you invest your time, your talent, even your own resources into building yourself, the money will come and you will be able to address, what you want to address. But you must invest first.
So as a stakeholder, what call do you have for parents?
For parents, especially parents of young people, as parents generally, my advice to all parents is, times are challenging these days, and young people can easily be misled into all kinds of daily challenges in life, drug abuse, bad peer pressure that leads to all kinds of negativity, and it is becoming, a huge challenge in our communities. So I call on parents to be able to parent very well by ensuring that they look into what their children, do, who they associate with, but especially the impact of social media on young people. Parents must be able to control what their children see, and what they don't see. I think it is very important we utilize our God-given position as parents to guide and guard our children into doing the right thing and not falling into the wrong hands and doing the wrong things. Parents must also encourage their children, in their own choice of vocation. Gone were the days when you will want to insist you want your child to be an engineer, a doctor, this and that. It is becoming clear today that becoming an engineer does not probably produce jobs. There are lots of engineers looking for jobs. Becoming a doctor doesn't necessarily make you grow. There are lots of doctors that are, failures. So allow your kid to decide what they want to be. And one of the few things that we learn over the years is that vocational training is as good as earning degrees and masters and PhDs. People that have learned one skill or the other, today can employ graduates. I have seen, people that have learned a vocation so well, being able to, get people with master's degree under their payroll. It is so unfortunate that today in my office, I'll be seated and somebody would come and say, if you're looking for a cleaner, I'm ready to be your cleaner. And when you try to find out what their background is, they have all degrees, but there is no work to do. So they are ready to do any demeaning job, So it is important we encourage our children to be very steadfast in whatever they want to do. In Hausa, we say, "Sa kai ya fi bauta ciwo." So it is better whatever your children, feel like doing, you encourage them to do that.
So finally, assuming the camera is set, and then you want us to act as if you are addressing your stubborn child, how will you do it?
I don't do this for free. I get paid to do it. So if you want me to assume a role, I can. But we need to negotiate. You yourself mentioned that I'm a businessman, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't do it for free, but I assure you I'm a good actor. Yes. Okay.
Well, I'm now a celebrity. We hope you enjoy the interview with my uncle, Alhaji Sani Mu'azu. We hope you enjoyed the interview with my uncle, Alhaji Sani Mu'azu. After hearing the stories and the obstacles and shackles behind his remarkable success, if you are new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Visual Hues. See you in our next video. Bye.